The small intestine, right away, you'll notice the big waves, right? The finger-like projections. And so each finger-like projection is called a villus. So this is a villus. This is a villus. Each villus has a lining of simple columnar. And I'll show you. You can see it here better. Okay. And I'll show you the more zoomed in, the higher magnification with the blue stripe. Okay, the 400 times here coming up. But each villus, each finger-like projection, the wave is surrounded by simple columnar, okay? Needs more surface area, the villi, because the small intestine sucks up the most nutrients. So the pancreas releases enzymes into it, digestive enzymes, and simple columnar cells suck those nutrients up. Okay. What's underneath, just deep to the simple columnar? That connective tissue is always called the lamina propria. That's where blood vessels and lymphatic vessels are. That's where the nutrients get sucked into. So this lighter space, that's all lamina propria. Okay? And it continues all the way down to where we're going to find the submucosa. Okay? If you look closely, we can see them better in the next magnification. But there's the Golgi cells, the white spaces. They're releasing mucus for binding of the food again, lubrication. So those are all the villi. And there's some tears that happens when we make the slide, but you'll see the villi, right, the waves of the mucosa. Okay, now it's really hard to see the muscularis mucosae, so it's right in this area, but I don't have that on the list. Okay. But the submucosa really stands out because it has these duodenal glands, or duodenal. There's alternative pronunciations to it there.
So is that different from the intestinal glands?
How do I say it? Do I say duodenal? No, I say duodenal.
Yes. I mean, are they two different glands? The intestinal.
Well, this is the intestine. This is the small intestine specifically, so they're just being specific. The large intestine has glands too, and the submucosa. Submucosa is from here to here. So you get all to that smooth muscle.
Which is the muscularis.
Yep, this is a gland, the simple cuboidal cells. This is a gland, this is a gland. So that releases additional mucus. There's some enzymes released by the small intestine, but most of them are coming from the pancreas.
It's between the smooth muscle and
the mucosa. The lamina propria part of the mucosa. So we were up here before, right, with the fingers.
So it's simple cuboidal, right?
Yep, simple columnar, right, lamina propria. Keeps going until you run into that submucosa. Lighter space, right, connective tissue, and you have those glands. Duodenal or duodenal glands. Additional glands is always going to be in the submucosa, right? That's a pattern. And then you have the muscularis externa. Smooth muscle, right? Stacks. That's going to produce the big movements so the food moves along as the enzymes hit it and break it down. And then lastly, serosa, which is really visceral peritoneum. Okay, so that's this area right here. Okay? Just to the outside of the muscularis externa. So look for the waves, right? The villi with the small intestine.
That bottom layer isn't the second layer of muscle externa?
It runs together here, so I'll show you.
What'd you say was the serosa?
Serosa.
Because I thought that was muscle.
This area right here is one layer of muscle.
Yeah.
There's another layer of muscle, but it runs into the serosa. So I will point to the outermost area for serosa.
Outermost area. Okay.
Yes, it won't be near the muscle. Because depending on the slice, they kind of run together there. Sometimes the serosa picks up a little bit more stain too, so it looks like muscle. So I'll point to the outermost, nearest the white space, right? Not the villi, but the other.